Hello there. You're welcome to our Health Hour, your go-to podcast for informative discussions around women's health. In the gym, your car, kitchen, or wherever you decide, tune in every 2 weeks for new hot topics you don't want to miss. And hold on, do not forget to follow us on all our social media platforms so you join the conversations at our Health Hour. Hello and welcome to our Health Hour. This is our introductory episode where we are going to be introducing ourselves, why we started our Health Hour. We're going to be walking you through what you should expect from us, what we expect from you as our listeners, and finally, we're going to be telling you how to engage with our contents on social media. So, I am Balikis Abubakar, one of your hosts on our Health Hour. I am a Nigerian living in the UK, working 9 to 5 as a transaction banker. I am interested in anything around health and fitness. I have passion for mental wellness. Actually, I run an NGO in Nigeria called Mental Care Foundation. I also am interested in anything around women empowerment and women's health. So over to you, Hikmat, to introduce yourself.
Hi guys, my name is Hikmat Showole. I'm a Nigerian woman living in the UK. I'm an entrepreneur and I'm one of your hosts for her Health Hour. So, Balikis, how did we meet?
How did we meet? That's a very good question because I need to try and remember. I think we met in 2022, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
We met at an event, Eid Picnic in London, and you prepared one of the meals actually in that event, and it was very good. I think it was ofada rice and sauce, and I think that was that was the beginning of the conversation.
yeah, look where we are now.
Yeah, this is very
Podcast
good.
together.
Yeah, and interestingly, this podcast actually started in your living room when we were talking about, personal experiences, and we are just like, we think there should be more conversations around these topics. And
Absolutely,
yeah, that was the
absolutely.
best of our health hour, by the way, guys.
Yeah. And by the way, Balikis, I actually enjoy having conversations with you.
Yeah, no. Honestly, I think you have love knowledge, and I'm glad that we started this together to share it to the world. Personally, for me, should I go first to talk about why we started our health hour or the inspiration behind it, or you want to go first?
Yeah, you can go first.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're already talking about it already because it was more like a personal conversation for us, and then it bettered our health hour. I just feel that there should be more conversations around women's health and most of these topics, around, like, for example, pregnancy, period, sex. It goes on discussed rather, and in some areas it's even like a taboo to discuss things like that. So we think this podcast is going to be that it's going to fill up that space really. And personally for me as well, like, I've had some experiences that just made me realize that there's still ignorance around things related to women's health. And I can give an example where I saw a tweet from someone saying that it feels like every woman that he has met either has PCOS or fibroids. What is happening to the women nowadays? So this
Wow.
for me came from a space of ignorance from that person, and I
Of
feel there
course.
should be more awareness about these things, and
Absolutely.
for even men to understand how the women body works and the challenges with some of these issues. So I think that's it for me. So what's your own inspiration for our health hour?
Yeah, so my own inspiration is birthed from, a place of wanting to share as much awareness to people because for me, I believe that common knowledge about our bodies or the situations we go through don't have to depend on digging deep or always having to meet the professionals to ask questions. I feel like it should be firsthand and it should always be available whenever we need them, and also like having personal experiences that I've not been able to share with people or relate with people about simply because I find it hard to talk about or get knowledge about it. it just makes me want to share, right? For people also going through such situations to find closure and relate and find the right help, talk to the right people, because some of these things can actually, they go deeper than what we see in the surface. So they might have done a lot of harm, and they would continue to do a lot of harm if they are not attended to as early as possible. So in this podcast, we're looking forward to sharing such awareness to people, and if you relate with our content, it would be really, really nice, right? So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
yeah,
I think I really like the personal experiences part that you mentioned, and that would be like a key differentiator for us on this podcast. Like we're going to want to hear from people to share their experience because we feel that people learn more or can relate more to personal experiences. So we're going to be gathering personal experiences through our social media and also like inviting guests. As Ikma said, we're going to be having specialists coming to share tips on, also we are going to have individuals sharing their personal experiences, so it's going to be a very good ride for us.
yeah. And in addition to what Balikis has said, I would also like to mention that this podcast is not just for women. It is okay. It's for women primarily, and it's inclusive. As a teenager, as someone in their midlife, and also menopausal age, so it's inclusive. And also, apart from women, men can also listen to this to gain more awareness, because sometimes, aside what a woman is going through, women need help and support from men that are aware, you know, aware about their situation and how to help.
Hmm.
So this is not just for women, this is also for men to actually listen to and gain knowledge on how to
Yeah.
support their partners, their sisters, their relatives, however they're related to you. You
Yeah,
need to be aware of these situations to know how to help.
I agree with you. It's even for, as you said, men, even girl dads, you can listen to this and understand how you can have a conversation with your girl child. Maybe she's just in a period. How do you have such a conversation with like a 9-year old, for example? So this podcast is going to be like geared towards every stages of life, as Ikma mentioned.
Yes. And some of the topics that you should be looking out for on this podcast will include menstruation, PCOS, fertility struggles, mental health, depression, postpartum depression, pregnancy. It's a whole package that we can't wait to unveil or unleash. So it's a lot. And what makes this podcast interesting is that we're going to be giving our audiences a chance to actually suggest what we talk about, because we want to be as engaging as possible. We want to be able to have that close relationship with our audience. Therefore, we're going to be giving them a chance to suggest the topics we'll be talking about. So there will be a poll on our Instagram handles weekly for the audiences to like take a vote on topics that we should talk about. And there will also be anonymous links. Of course, we want to keep your secret, so we don't have to share your identity with the rest of the world to be able to relate with other people. So there will be anonymous links to, share your personal stories, and we can share on our podcast to, you know, you don't have to feel alone no matter what you're going through.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
think I think you really really hit it on the head, Ikma. So, guys, as Ikma mentioned, expect a whole lot from us. We are in for the ride, and we hope you are excited because we are going to be discussing all of these topics, bringing experts, and it's going to be a very engaging podcast. Not just you listening to us, but we hearing from you as well. So those are the things that you should expect from us and more. So, in terms of what we expect from our listeners, first of all, if you are listening to this episode already and you've gotten to this stage, we want to say thank you for listening in and thanks for your support. So, we expect that you continue to tune in every fortnight. So, every 2 weeks, we are going to be releasing new episodes, and we want you to engage with us through our social media handles on Instagram, Twitter, X now, TikTok, YouTube. So just
Yeah.
engage with us. You just check our health hour. You're going to be able to see clips from this podcast that you can engage with. And also, as Ikma said, we're going to be having polls on those social media handles for you to interact with topics that we want to discuss in the next episode. So, talking about the next episode, Ikma, do you want to unveil what our next episode is going to be
Yeah.
on?
Yeah. Our next episode is actually an interesting one, and
Drum
yeah,
roll.
we actually titled it "You're a Woman Now" or "Now You're a Woman." But
Okay, no, I think any one of it is good. Now
yeah,
you're a woman now. The thing is just woman.
yeah,
You are now a woman.
yeah. And in this topic, we're going to be discussing about like a woman's coming of age and everything that surrounds it, be it menstruation, be it puberty. This is what we're going to be talking about, sorry. And yeah, which is why we named it Now You're a Woman, because it starts from somewhere, right?
Yeah. To
You're a
be honest.
girl and suddenly you're a woman from nowhere. So
Yeah, to
yeah,
be honest, I'm really, really excited about this episode.
yeah,
Now you're a woman, and guys, you should be excited too. And this episode is going to be us, Ikma and myself, just discussing and sharing our experiences, sharing people's experiences through to that have engaged through our social media. And we're going, I think this is a kind of podcast I would have wished my younger self had access to, because really no one sits you down and talk to you about these things, to be honest, in the typical Nigerian setting.
yeah,
So this is going to be a very, very interesting episode, guys,
yeah.
and I can't wait.
Absolutely groundbreaking because you know this
Yeah,
is something that we can't openly talk about sometimes. So we bringing it to you, and having you share your stories would make this whole thing more interactive. And yeah, we can't wait to hear from you guys. What were your first experiences? What who did you tell? What help did you get? And whatever, we are going to, yeah, just push through with
yeah,
your
I think
support.
it's going to be an exciting one, guys. Watch out. So, as we mentioned, we are going to be releasing the next episode in 2 weeks' time. So, watch out and tune in. Follow us on all our social media handles. Do not forget to follow our channel on Spotify or wherever you get your podcast from, so that you do not miss any episodes. You do not want to miss this. And forward this on to your sister, your brother,
Your
anyone.
mom,
Yeah, your mom, your dad, your husband, everyone.
yeah,
Learn,
practically any human being, you
yeah,
know,
can learn one or two things from.
because at this point we all need to be aware and know how to help other people, you know. So,
Yeah. Okay. Thank you guys, and we'll catch you later in 2 weeks' time.
all right.
Information shared on this podcast are not to be considered medical advice. Always consult with a qualified health professional for health concerns.